Hey everyone, welcome back to your second lecture of the week. This is phylum cnidaria. I don't know how much we're going to cover next week before your 6 weeks test, but thought I'd give y'all guys this. I think this is a cool class. I know my in-person kids have been asking a lot about this, so thought I'd give this to you guys. So these are your sea jellies, your Portuguese man-o-war, your moon jellies, other different types of jellies, lionfish jelly. I think there's the immortal jelly. You got all different sorts. So you have hydra, which are kind of like a sea anemone jelly type situation. Then you have coral colonies because corals are animals. Then you have brain coral. Sea anemones, Nemo's house. Sea pins. Sea fans. So phylum cnidaria, there are over 10,000 known species. They can be microscopic to 4 meters long in diameter. They are solitary or colonial, which means they live in a colony. Phylum cnidaria characteristics. So they have radial symmetry. You have bilateral symmetry. Their body plan is set up in a circle. They are diploblastic, so they have 2 germ layers, an endoderm and an ectoderm. You should kind of remember this maybe, hopefully, from your body chart plan thingamabobber. So they also have a mesogelia, a jelly layer between the endoderm and ectoderm. This is not a true tissue layer. And they are an acoelomate. So phylum cnidaria characteristics. Many have both body plans in their life cycle, so they might start out as a polyp in this stage and then move to a medusa or a free-swimming. Medusa is more like your typical classic jellyfish stage, whereas polyp is more like your, sea anemone stage of life. So, phylum cnidaria characteristics, you have ecological roles. Sea turtles and some other things eat jellyfish for food. They provide home/shelter to Nemo. They are in symbiosis with algae and protists. And they provide wave breaks to protect shorelines, which I think we might see in this one. Yes, we do. Okay, so a healthy coral reef will break waves, which will save beaches, slow down erosion, allow things to build up around shores and coastal lines, and keep cities safer. If you don't have a healthy reef, A, you're going to have fewer fish. B, you're going to have a lot more dangerous waves and things like that. Closer to shore, you're going to have a lot more erosion. You're going to have higher water. You're going to have less mangroves. Whenever a big storm hits, like in New Orleans, you're going to have more destruction. So healthy coral reefs are a good thing. They help save coastal communities. They help stabilize coastal areas, stuff like that. So phylum cnidaria characteristics. There's digestive system. So you have sac body, which is single opening mouth/anus. Then you have central gastrovascular cavity. Then you have specialized stinging cells, which are called cnidocytes. And they contain a coiled fiber called a nematocyst, trap or paralyzed prey. So in sea anemones, most of the time their nematocysts are not long enough, big enough, strong enough to do anything to a human. It just feels a little sticky. Whereas with a jellyfish, they have a long enough nematocyst to give you some shock. So there it is, and there's the trigger. When that trigger's hit, it's kind of like a mousetrap. It'll shoot that out, shoot that all the way out, and that's what stings you. So nematocyst coiled, nematocyst out. It'll use this to paralyze prey and eat it. So this phylum has nematocysts for feeding and defense. There's someone that probably was swimming where they shouldn't have been swimming. There's some nematocyst cells. So phylum cnidaria characteristics. So reproduction, they have sexual reproduction. So they're mostly not hermaphrodites. They have males and females. They have external fertilization, so they are going to just release their gametes into the water and hope that they mix. And then you have asexual reproduction, which is budding. Kind of like some plants, they just grow another plant off of them and you can separate it and plant it elsewhere. That's what these guys do. So there's a polyp colony, you have a medusa bud, you have a feeding polyp. So it's going to let that medusa go. There's the gonads, there's your jellyfish, reproduces, and then it plants another polyp. And it keeps going around and around and around, and that's the circle of life. So, phylum cnidaria characteristics more. So you have a nervous system. This displays coordinated movement, nerve net over entire body, sensory cells concentrated near the mouth, and they can detect light, chemicals, or touch. Circulation and respiration. So they have an open system. The body contractions create currents to circulate materials through gastrovascular cavity because they have a hydrostatic skeleton. You take a jellyfish or a sea anemone out of water, it just turns to a pile of mush. So diffusion, it moves substances in and out of the cells. Excretion, solid waste expelled through mouth openings. So their mouth and their anus are the same hole. So classifications of cnidarians. So you have class Scyphophosa, which is your jellyfish. And you can see there's the whole circle of life. Turns into, there's your polyp stage. Here's your medusa stage. So then classification of cnidarians. You have classification or class Anthozoa. These are your anemones, your corals. There is no medusa stage. Polyps are solitary or colonial. They're all marine except for Anthopolaria elgonastimia. Don't quote me on that one. Corals. Corals are colonies of polyps contained in a hard calcium carbonate skeleton. We might do that next week. We might have a lesson on corals just by themselves. So, classification of cnidarians, hydrozoa, hydroids. These alternate between polyp and medusa. So, colonial polyps. So, this would be your Portuguese man-o-war jellyfish. And that is it. Have a great day. We'll probably do something with corals next week. And you'll have your 6 weeks test next week. And if you have any questions on the work for tomorrow, just let me know. I will see you guys later. Bye.